This book was born from a shared passion, a moment of fantasy between my son Tommaso and I. Together, we invented and told this story, interweaving our ideas and creating a tale that celebrates imagination. It is dedicated to all parents and their children who continue to dream and grow together, turning each day into a new adventure. When you hear this sound, means that for those who are listening to the story with the book, it is time to turn the page. Thomas was a 6-year-old boy who loved spending afternoons at Rainbow Square, a cheerful place with a large, colorful mural. Next to him was always Baldo, a black and white cat with long hair and a fluffy tail. "Hello, Baldo. Ready to have some fun?" Baldo meowed, brushing Thomas's legs affectionately. Thomas noticed some pieces of colored chalk on the ground. Someone had forgotten them. He picked them up, smiling, imagining he was creating something special. "Hey, Baldo, what do you say? Want to start a fantastic new story together?" Baldo, intrigued, gave a slight meow of approval. Thomas sat down in a corner of Rainbow Square and with the colored chalk began to draw on the pavement. Each line seemed to be filled with magic. Baldo approached curiously, sniffing the colors. Suddenly, the chalk drawings on the ground began to flicker and come to life, forming a door with glowing lines. "Baldo, this is really happening! The drawing is turning into a real door!" Baldo replied with a meow, as if he too could not believe his eyes. Thomas and Baldo exchanged a look of agreement, determined to go through the magic door. Their hearts were beating fast. The greatest adventure ever was about to begin. Thomas, hesitant but determined. "Let's go, Baldo. Get ready." "I am ready, my friend." Just past the door, Thomas and Baldo found themselves on a path in a floating forest with hanging trees and glowing roots. "Finally, you understand me, Tommaso. No more unnecessary meows." Squinting, Thomas said, "You talk? Since when?" "I have always talked, but now you are able to understand me," replied Baldo. As they made their way through the hanging forest, Thomas and Baldo noticed that some roots were only emitting a dim light, as if they were losing energy. Baldo, alarmed. "Something is sucking the power out of this place." Thomas, worried. "Maybe it's no accident that we got here. Our mission is to help this forest." Suddenly, among the fluttering branches, a majestic oak sprang up. The hanging roots glowed dimly, and the trunk, though marred by time, seemed imbued with ancient wisdom. "Welcome. I am Teacher Oak, the guardian of the hanging forest. I have been expecting you." Thomas and Baldo approached Teacher Oak and greeted her with a smile. Teacher Oak explained that the magic roots were losing energy. "Little human, you and your brave cat must find out what is happening. Your kind and generous hearts will be of enormous help." Thomas, excited. "We will not back down. Shall we go, Baldo?" Meanwhile, out of the thick of the forest, they saw a small robot made of wood and metal with green plants sprouting from its shoulders. "This is EcoBot, created to protect the wildlife of the forest. He will help you," said Teacher Oak. "Hello. I will do my best. We have to figure out who is draining the roots." Thomas, looking at Baldo. "Perfect. Together we will save these plants." Walking among the almost faded roots, Thomas, Baldo, and EcoBot noticed strange footprints that had wandered through the forest. Here and there, small tufts of colored fur suggested the passage of an unknown creature. EcoBot looked at the footprints. "They don't belong to any creature I know. It could be who is draining the roots." "Thomas, let's follow the footprints. We must find the truth to save the forest." Continuing further into the hanging forest while following the strange footsteps, the young explorers come to a clearing where the tree roots shone ever so faintly. In that enchanted corner, mushrooms of 1,000 colors sprouted from the ground. "Look! These mushrooms! They seem to move," said Thomas. Baldo replied, "They seem to have a life of their own. We must figure out what is happening." In the midst of the colorful mushrooms and the soft light, small mushroom-like beings with colorful hats and large expressive eyes appeared. They were the Mafeti. In a trembling voice, one of them said, "The light is fading and our house is dying out. We came to this forest hungry and did not know where to look for food." After a moment of silence, the Muffet added, "My name is Micris." Thomas approached the Muffet. In a soft, reassuring voice, he asked, "Little friend, you did not gnaw the roots out of malice, did you? Tell me your story." Micris, with shining eyes, replied, "Our home disappeared. Pollution destroyed it, and we were left without food or a place to live. We tried to survive. We did not want to hurt the forest." Ecobot, in a calm voice, "Dear Mafeti, do not be sad. I will remedy what you have done. Nature is always strong and knows how to regenerate." Ecobot connected itself to the wounded forest with its legs and, concentrating its energy, sent out gentle waves of light. The roots glowed softly, the small wounds closed, and the forest came to life again, as if waking up from a long sleep. Thomas looked at Baldo. "It's incredible. It is as if nature is awakening its heart." Thomas, determined, turned to Ecobot as they watched the roots of the forest renew. "Ecobot, the Mafeti are not bad. They are just looking for a safe home. If they agree to keep the forest clean, they can become the guardians of the wildlife." "That's right, Thomas. Let's give the Mafeti a task. Keep the forest clean and fight pollution. Together, by recycling and taking care of every corner, the forest will flourish and become a haven for all." The Mafeti, inspired by the support of Tommaso and Ecobot, began to transform the forest. With enthusiasm, they collected pieces of old wood, scrap metal, and discarded bottles, using them to build small houses and shelters and creating a village. "Look at our new village. With our efforts, the forest will remain clean and safe for all." The sound of their laughter and small instruments beating together filled the air as the village came to life amidst glowing roots and blooming flowers. The time for goodbyes had come. After exploring the Mafeti's new village, Thomas stopped in the middle of the clearing, turning to his new little friends. "Goodbye, Mafeti. Thank you for showing me your world. We will see you again soon." Meanwhile, Baldo, lying on a soft carpet of moss, dozed happily, as if he wanted to preserve the memories of the magical adventure in his sleep. At dusk, Thomas and Baldo returned to Teacher Oak, with Ecobot following them at a distance. The great oak tree, with its golden bark and protective branches, spoke in a warm voice. "Thank you, little heroes, for helping us and restoring life to this hanging forest." Thomas and Baldo stopped in front of the magic door that had led them into the hanging forest. Thomas looked at the acorn he had been given, and in a cheerful voice said, "What a fantastic adventure, Baldo. I will treasure this acorn." Baldo added, "This adventure and what we experienced is the real treasure." And with that, they said goodbye to the hanging forest. We have come to the end of this story, and we hope you have enjoyed it, so we look forward to seeing you on new fantastic adventures.